So let me tell you guys what they be saying about Bleach. They said Kubo's washed, they said he's a plot armor merchant, they said the ending was tired and he had no plan. For the longest time, this was the consensus. They used to call Bleach a drip merchant show. Forget the writing, just cool characters and designs. I remember when Bleach was the unanimous worst in the big three. But here's what I need to get across today. What if everything you thought was lazy writing, everything you thought was random? What if all of that was Kubo just being the GOAT and showcasing his writing skills? Personally, I think the foreshadowing in Bleach is so overlooked because people really just aren't able to see it. But don't worry, I'm here to show guys that Kubo isn't washed, and I promise by the end of the video, you'll see Bleach differently. I'm also not here to disrespect anybody's favorite series as it may look like. Naruto was one of the first anime shows I watched. I could never disrespect the GOATs. And with One Piece, I was watching until I kind of got bored at Wano, so I know that Oda is serious when it comes to foreshadowing. I respect both of these shows, but I just have to say, Bleach is the GOAT when it comes to big three foreshadowing. And I never see guys praise it like Oda. Guys will glaze this Oda guy when Kubo is low-key his superior in this foreshadowing game, bro. Today I'm gonna prove it to you guys. And if this is already sounding interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe because this is the kind of content we do every week on this channel. Let's start with the best MC of all time, Ichigo Kurosaki. Casual fans look at my GOAT and say, this guy's a lame, boring MC that is every race and has drip. They say he just wants to protect people and not become Ninja Superman or the Pirate King. Actually, wait, just a quick tangent before I get started. My GOAT, Kubo, from episode 1 foreshadowed that Ichigo was a Quincy. His bed sheets literally had a Quincy cross on them. How many of you guys even deeped that? But back to Ichigo being a boring MC that isn't well written. Let's take a look at Ichigo's Zanpakuto spirit and how they foreshadowed that he was a Quincy. Throughout the series, Ichigo has what appears to be his true Zanpakuto spirit, manifested as an older man. This brother guided him through his training for hundreds of chapters, and you just accept him as Ichigo's spiritual guide. Then the final arc reveals the truth. Everyone knows by now that Ichigo's Zanpakuto spirit was not actually this old man, but that this old man was actually Yuha from years ago, a manifestation of his Quincy powers. And it turns out that that evil ass looking white Ichigo was the real Zanpakuto spirit, representing his Soul Reaper and Hollow powers. But what I want to bring up today that separates Bleach's foreshadowing from everything else in the big three. Ichigo's core character conflict throughout the series is built on this piece of foreshadowing. He never feels like his power truly belongs to him. He's always fighting something inside himself. There's always a version of his power he's afraid of that feels foreign and he doesn't understand. His journey is a struggle with accepting an identity that he perceives as bad. Kubo wasn't just hiding a plot twist about Ichigo's heritage. Ichigo's personality and psychology was a direct reflection of the truth about his bloodline before we even knew it. There's one moment that proves this so much. When Ichigo got saved by his hollow not old man Zangetsu, this was a massive clue. The Zanpakuto is not just a weapon, it's a reflection of the wielder's soul. Ichigo's whole thing is that he's the protector. His name literally means this. Why Ichigo, acting in such a fashion to protect him, gave us clues that this was his true Zanpakuto spirit. Kubo knew what he was going to do from the start, and I think the fact that people call this plot armor is disgusting. Now I need to talk about Unohana. If you're a casual Bleach fan, you definitely remember her as just a healer, head of some nobody division with a couple bums like Hanataro. That's what Kubo wanted you to think, because Unohana, the gentle healer, is one of them demons she built like that. She was the OG Kenpachi, and you don't want to mess with a Kenpachi. For context, Kenpachi is the title given to the guy with the most black Air Force energy in Soul Society. Look at the current Kenpachi, and now deep that Unohana had this title before him. Kubo hid why she became gentle, not the fact that she was powerful. Remember those passive-aggressive smiles when people crossed her, the way the powerful captains would go quiet around her. From what I can remember, there was a scene where Shunsui and Ukitake are listing a couple names in the Soul Society and they forget Unohana's. Them boys were panicking, so surely we should have seen that Unohana had a past where she was one of them demons after watching this. Her name is literally Retsu. The kanji for Retsu literally means violent. This man Kubo is low-key Shakespeare. Who do you see hiding clues in broad daylight just because he knows we won't deep it? Unohana's story doesn't even end with her own foreshadowing too. It's connected with my next piece of foreshadowing I'm gonna give you guys. Kenpachi didn't always have his name. When we meet him as a child, he's some scrub, I'm not even gonna lie. He was just living in some tired district in Soul Society. He met Unohana. Unohana and Kenpachi linked up on some game recognizes game type beat. Unohana pushed him to a place nobody has ever. He doesn't even know her name during the fight. Just straight on-site demon timing. That's when he eventually takes on a name. He names himself after the place he came from. Now he's called Zeruki, after his hood. Then he names his lieutenant some small pink-haired child that he finds and adopts called Yachiru. This child shouldn't be in the hood with him, but fares in it. Yachiru was obviously named after Unohana, the big dog he respects the most, but Kubo wasn't done. In the 1000-year Blood War arc, we find out that Yachiru is actually his Zanpakuto. Ichigo felt there was something different about Yachiru when she snuck him. This man even asked her, "What are you?" He knew there was something up. It's subtle, but that's the beauty of it. It's not in your face, but it shows the intent, and that's what Kubo is amazing at. Those are my 3 favorite pieces of foreshadowing that really solidify the fact that Kubo knew what he was doing, and his show isn't just plot armor. If you watch quick or don't try and understand, it's very easy to miss, but that's why I'm here. If this video made you see Bleach differently, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment too about your favorite bit of foreshadowing.